those in the live as we go. We will keep comments open at Facebook after the broadcast. So if you're watching this in replay, make sure you head over to the Facebook group. No, well, you can go to the Facebook group too, but head over to the Facebook version to pop in any questions or comments, because I will be sure to do a pass around there and answer any questions that y'all have in follow-up. Let me put a little linky poo on the screen. Right here, BonnieGillespie.com/20 is the place for you to go to get all the information about what this little jam session is all about. It's where we will list all of our replays. It is where you'll be able to get caught up on all the schedule. If you want to go ahead and plot this out on your calendar for the entire month of May so that you don't miss a thing, you can sign up for email updates. We'll also email you when the replay is available for you, and you can apply to our scholarship program for our 100-day program, Getting Gear for the Next Tier Live. We do a live round in the summer. So that is coming up here in June, starting June 1st. So registration deadline is May 31st, 10 p.m. Pacific. But if you're going to apply for the scholarship, do that sooner, because we will be selecting people to come join us on scholarship before the deadline, so that everybody can get in, get their welcome kit, get their pre-day one homework done, and join us for day one of 100 days of life-changing magic in the form of the Self-Management for Actors curriculum. All right, cool. So now we've got all that business out of the way. Day one, if you missed it, go back and watch it. Mindset Day. It was all about setting your true north. You're going to see me reference true north quite a few times during all these broadcasts. And that is because if you don't know where your true north is as an artist, as a storyteller, you're going to have a really tough time getting your tools to resonate, to get your marketing materials to land with the right buyers the right way. So getting that clarifying work done first, that foundational information set up ahead of time, is key to having all the rest of this fall into place so that it becomes effortless on the part of the buyers to understand that, of course, you are the right and perfect person for the job. Second day of SMF May, we talked about launching at 85%. Super important, because if you're a perfectionist like me, you will think everything's not yet ready. Everything's not yet awesome enough for you to go for it. And I'm here to tell you, it's never going to feel awesome enough to go for it if you are a perfectionist. That's just not how it works. I mean, if you are a perfectionist, there will never be a moment of, okay, now it's good enough. And so there's something really important about being okay with launching at 85%, which is trusting that it doesn't have to be perfect. It's not ever going to be perfect. How about it's good enough that we're not going to die? And then we get it out there. That's kind of what we're going for with that. So that's hopefully giving you enough of an idea of the foundation that we're starting on for day 3, which is today. But I encourage you to go back and watch videos for day 1 and 2 if you are joining us for the first time today. All right, so day 3, all about type and brand. And I'm going to give you a couple days to get some homework done before our 4th broadcast, which will take place on Monday. But when you come back with me on Monday for day 4, I'm going to expect that you've done some of this homework. So get out your notepad and your pen and take some notes, because this is some stuff that I'm going to want you to do. My team is here in the Facebook comments, and Kim will be popping a link in here for you shortly. Be on the lookout for it. Because she's going to pop in a link to a long form video that I want you to watch. Actually, it's a blog post that has a YouTube video in it. It also has a PDF that you can download. It's a tip sheet. It's called Actors, Your Type and Brand Revealed. So if you just Google that, if you're like, I didn't get the link, I'm not watching it Facebook, don't worry about it. You can just Google Bonnie Gillespie, type and brand revealed. And I don't even think you need all those words. You could probably just put in Bonnie Gillespie, type, brand, boom. It's going to be right there. I got pretty good Google traction on this one. If you will watch that video, it's going to walk you through how to create a brand survey for your most castable type. And I have some very specific guidelines on this. In fact, there's that PDF tip sheet at my blog post for this. This is all free. Go grab it, because that tip sheet is going to make sure that you don't get in the way of your data collection. And the biggest problem we see in our big Facebook group which is amazing. If you're not a member of the SMFA Ninjas Facebook group with 12,000 plus amazing people, please come on in and join us, because there's a lot of cool work going on in there, constantly, massaging the tools and asking questions and getting all the workout done for the self-management for actors principles. So come on in if you like to have workout buddies and accountability partners for the work that you're doing in self-management for actors land. The tools that one of the tools that we use is this brand survey, this castability type survey. And this isn't new. This isn't something I invented. It's something that we definitely refined because there are certain things that we realized people were getting wrong or they were limiting just from a statistics perspective. And this is where the grad school junkie in me comes out, because I loved statistics in college. I absolutely loved it. When I found out that going to journalism school meant that I got to do different math, and it wasn't like I could, do calculus and all that stuff, but I could also choose to do stats if I wanted to. Oh my God, I was so happy because statistics is my jam. Holy balls. The power that comes from really digging in on tracking patterns and what data can teach you about anything is so incredibly powerful. Oh my God. Like just that empowering feeling of being able to say, I know that if I don't yet see a pattern, it just means my N is too small. It means I've not yet surveyed enough people. I don't have enough data. Okay, great. Get more data. The patterns become clear. They always do. That's so cool to me because in show business where there aren't a lot of rules, man, is it frustrating when you're trying to figure out what the guidelines are and there's not a whole lot that feels like it's universal. So when you can find patterns and really use that data to give yourself some strong footing in an otherwise kind of crazy business, it's actually a really comforting and confidence boosting experience. So I'm all about stats. You don't have to be. I've done the work for you. I've told you in this PDF, which again, if you're over at the Facebook group, I keep saying Facebook group. If you're at the Facebook version of this replay, you'll be able to see the link in the comments because Kim is posting it there for you so that you can go check out the Castable brand survey and get that PDF, that tip sheet for yourself as well as watch the video. What I'm going to suggest that you do for the homework between now and Monday, though, very important, you're going to actually shift this survey to be about yourself in the room. I don't want you to do a survey of your headshot because on Monday, we're going to dig in on how to get the best headshots of your life using the data that you get from the work that you do starting today. And so I want you to do an in-person survey of your type. And obviously, if you're in a place where you can go to your acting class or you can go out to the mall or you can go over to the beach over here, if like wherever you are that you can get in front of a bunch of people and just print out surveys and get them to circle all the words, all the types, all the characteristics, all the essences, and give you age range, give you perceived ethnicity, whatever it is that comes across when they see you without you talking. So this is best done with a partner. You're going to get massive amounts of data of how you're perceived and what your energy reads like. And the reason this is so important to know what it is that comes across in the room is because then we can get your headshots to match what shows up in the room. And so often we do this in the opposite direction. We do a survey of like, well, what does this headshot say? And honestly, it doesn't matter what your headshot says if when you walk in the room, you can't close that deal. If you're not matching what your headshot sells, it really doesn't fucking matter what your headshot sold us because it didn't do the job right. It's like having a business card with a typo in your contact information. We can't reach you because it's a complete disconnect between who you are in the room and who you are on that headshot. Now, if you're not in a position where you can buddy up with someone and do a typing exercise out in the wild between now and Monday, so you've got 48 hours plus, I think Monday afternoon we're doing a little bit later broadcast, but you've got a couple days to get this done. And if there's no way that you can go out and get a couple dozen people to give you feedback on a castability survey out in the real life world, okay, cool. You can do it online. Here's how. You see what I'm doing right here? You see what I'm doing right here? You see how I've got like gadgets. Like over here, I've got an iPad, and over here, I've got my computer, and there's cameras everywhere. And if I wanted, I could shoot myself with yet another gadget because all the things. Get yourself on camera as you are. Don't say anything, and just present yourself. That's it. No talking. Just here you are. If you're a smiley kind of person, that's going to come across. If you're a little goofy, that's going to come across. You don't have to say anything for us to get a sense of who you are in that 10-second clip. You can show profiles if you want. Doesn't matter. You're just getting a video clip that is a quick little glimpse into your energy. Put that clip up and create a castability survey for that. And ask people to give you all the adjectives, all the essences, all the jobs they think you could do. Basically, any word that has ever appeared in a casting notice ever is fair game. So all the words right there. If you don't want to give people a list of words, I've got a typing list at my website. If you really want a master list of types, it's there. It's in the SMFA hot sheets. But if you're not interested in reproducing that list, that's fine too. You can just say, tell me some words and adjectives. Tell me some essences and jobs. Tell me some characteristics that you feel or first impressions that you get about me. And then leave it a blank and let people write it in. Do not tell people that they can only give you a certain number of words. Do not tell people, give me your top 3 whatevers. No. You get as many words as people feel inspired to give you. Somebody's going to only want to give you 1 word. Somebody's going to want to give you 100 words. Let them give you all the words because it's all data and you want lots and lots of data. So accept all the answers that come. Same with age range. If you want to get people to tell you your age range, don't tell them, give me a 4-year age range. Tell them, how old am I? Give me an age range. What ages do you think I could play? And then see what data comes in. And then you take all the data for both the adjectives, essences, and the age ranges, and also nationalities, ethnicities, perceived whatevers. And then we start to shape that information into what it is that is your most castable type and brand. Okay? So I want you to start getting this data flowing in about your video clip rather than about your headshot. Because what we're going to do when we come back together on Monday is we're going to start looking at where the data that you get about your essence, your in-person or video clip version, lines up or doesn't line up with your existing tools. And if it doesn't line up with your existing tools, then we actually have a recipe for what it is that you need to shoot the next time you get headshots. There you go. Pretty freaking awesome, right? We're able to actually write up the recipe for the headshots that you know you need for your most castable brand. And of course, all of this should align with those stories that you're born to tell, the types of people that you know you want to work with, your true north as a storyteller, and the things that light you up. Because if it's not turning you on to do it, what's the point, right? Okay, I am ready to take some questions over here in Facebook, YouTube, Periscope. I can see all of them over here in the comments. I might be able to see a tiny little bit over here at the Insta. I know Instagram will stay up live for 24 hours. The rest of this will all stay up in replay, and comments will remain open at the Facebook version. And I will sweep back around and do some answers there. Does wearing makeup, Melissa says on Facebook, does wearing makeup matter? Hair up, hair down when doing the silent video? Does not matter, because here's what I know for sure, Melissa. You can do surveys all glammed out. You can do surveys totally plain. You can do surveys everywhere in between on the spectrum of what it is that you can appear, okay? All of the above, everywhere in between. You can do all of that. And there are words that are going to endure no matter what. So yes, there will be outlier words that you get when you have on all your makeup and when your hair's all done that you don't get when you're playing low glam, no hair done. Those outlier words will start to fall away. But what will never, 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 never fall away are the words that come both. All the way glam and all the way not. There's certain words that are there every time. There are certain ages that are there every time. No matter how you dress, no matter how you try to manipulate this. I've seen people do this in person. Like, y'all, seriously, at this point, I have probably been in the room for multiple thousands of typing exercise individuals, okay? Because we've been doing this type work, not quite the whole 20 years that I've been doing this actor advice thing, but certainly a decade and a half. We have been doing the typing exercise in rooms with clients all over the world, online, in every program that we've ever done. Oh, sweet Jesus, do we have a whole lot of data for how this actually shakes out. We absolutely know that you can trick it as much as you want. You can come in total punk rock one day and total three-piece suit the next day, survey the exact same people or totally different people. It does not matter. There are words that you're going to get no matter what, no matter what, no matter what. And those words are a part of what make up your brand umbrella. And so I talk about this in my podcast. And if you're not a subscriber, it's at both iTunes and Spotify. We went up on Spotify to celebrate season 10, which is what we're in right now. Woohoo. You can go find the back episode. I want to say it's from season 9, where I talk about your brand umbrella. But let me just quickly touch that, and then I'll hit a couple more questions. It is the brand is the umbrella under which every type you can play lives. Okay? So you have a whole bunch of types, type, and then a brand umbrella. So when you find yourself focused only on the types, you're looking at these little individual extremes that can be over at the edge. They can be at this edge of the umbrella. I mean, this is a 3D thing, right? So it can be like anywhere under this umbrella, but there is a center to the umbrella that never changes. And that umbrella itself is the brand, and it's the connective tissue, that fabric that connects every single type that you can play. And the reason I know this works is because every single person who says, no, but I play this extreme type and that extreme type, I'm like, what do they have in common? You're looking at what makes them different. And I get that. We, as humans, we love to look at things that are different. We love to decide, like, this is a difference, and therefore it cannot be the same. And it's like, actually, it's more the same than different. And if we pay attention to the part that's the same, we realize, oh my God, that's what my castability is. And this is just at one end of the brand umbrella or another end of the brand umbrella. Thank you, Twinkie. We have a celebrity in the house, y'all. Casting director extraordinaire, author, teacher, inspiration, dear friend of mine. It is Tracy Twinkie Bird in the house. So glad you could join us, sweetheart. Yes, oh my gosh. And by the way, fellow ninja, let's be clear. We sat in that circle. That's right. And I believe, actually, Twinkie, did we meet? Is it coming up on 20 years ago? It's got to be. Because I started writing for actors 20 years ago, and I know that it was pretty early on. You were one of my interviews. It may have been more like 18, 19 years ago, but I interviewed Twinkie, and I was so excited to do so. And then I was like, oh my goodness, this is a force. This is a force. Okay, what does outlier words mean? All right, good question. So anytime we're getting data, anytime we're tracking patterns, we're going to have a bell curve of information. So let's take a look at something like age range. This is where it's simplest to come up with. If I were asking people to tell me what is my age range, and they just picked whatever ages they want, and somebody's going to pick a single year, somebody's going to pick a decade, somebody's going to pick 15 years because they think I have a 15-year age range. We know in casting it's hardly ever a 15-year age range, but it can be for some types, for some looks, it can be. You never know. But in general, you're going to get people giving you a handful of years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, that they are like, you look like you could play something between this age and that age. And so what happens is, over time, you take all of the ages that you're given and you start to plot them out. And if I were to make a graph out of all the ages that I got, and sorry, I've got someone here coming to the beach playing their music, blasting out right under my window. So hopefully that's not as distracting to y'all as it is to me, because I'm like, somebody's got their top down and they're blasting their music, going to the beach. All right, enjoy. Anyway, as you take all of those ages and plop them into a graph, you would create what's called a bell curve. And this is just a statistical fact that you are going to get data that falls like this. And so you have the bulk of the information peaks right up here and is centered in a smaller range. And so for age, this would be about a 4-year age range, maybe 6, but for most people, it's a 4-year age range that most of the responses are going to fit right in here. And then you're going to have fewer responses on down at the extremes, okay? So let's say I got an age range of, well, let's see, I'm 48 right now. So let's say I got an age range of 46 to 52. That would be fine. I don't care. Whatever age range you think I am, sure. Let's say that. So I'm 46 to 52. That's my age range. Okay, great. Then that means somebody is also going to answer the survey and say, I could play like 58 and 70. And somebody is going to answer the survey and say, I could play 35 and 22. And I can't take any of those outliers seriously, because they didn't happen often enough. That's why they're outliers. Now, here's the place where I find a lot of actors have like a brain that wants to chase a rabbit down a hole. And it's, you'll get a response on your brand survey that says bitch. And you go, and you chase that rabbit. And I'm like, how many responses for bitch did you get? And you're like obsessed over the 1 or the 2 or the 4. When you got 100 saying sweetheart and best friend and trustworthy, but you saw one bitch and you went pew and decided that that's what you're going to focus on. But let me tell you, it's totally natural, totally natural. I do these Facebook Lives all the time. And there was one recently where someone came in the comments and just was coming at me like with, Haterville. And I just went, oh. And later I was, trying not to be distracted by it during, which I'm pretty good at, but I noticed it right away because of course I was like, well, what's all this? All caps, exclamation points, mean. And then later I was going back and looking at comments to reply to people in the replay who had come back and watched the video. And I went, okay, girl, you got 100 comments on this video and 3 of them by that same hater person. And that is all you can think about. You're not noticing the 97 comments from people going, oh my God, Bonnie, thank you so much. This training is so spectacular. Thank you for making yourself available to us. This free training is so great. Love your book. You changed my life, blah, blah, blah. And you want to focus on the 3, seriously whacked-er comments. Like, really? But that's just the way the brain is wired. It's from an evolutionary standpoint, the brain is wired to look out for danger. And so anytime something feels like an attack, we're going to focus more attention on it. So when those outliers start to take your attention, I'm just going to encourage you to remind yourself that more data will make them even less significant because you will have so much information at the center of your bell curve that you'll be able to just let go any of that outlier stuff. Age range was your favorite survey, Melissa? Cool. Yeah, Jimmy's asking on YouTube, sounds like we shouldn't worry about small things like wearing a polo or a t-shirt for this exercise. That is correct. That is correct. You don't need to worry about what you're wearing because you will get some feedback that is skewed toward what you're wearing. So if you put on a suit versus a t-shirt, yes, that will put you in a different class of business. The kind of jobs that you'll get in response to your survey will be adjusted because of your wardrobe. But your qualities, your essences will be consistent no matter what you're wearing. So this is where if you do have an issue where you find yourself getting pigeonholed into like blue collar roles or white collar roles and you're not really sure where things stand for you, this is a really great way for you to test it. Like you can even do one where you're wearing one shirt and one where you're wearing another shirt and then see where the words diverge. And understand that, okay, when I want to push in this direction, I just wear a shirt that looks like this. And when I want to push into this other direction, I wear a shirt like this. But no matter what, I am the trustworthy whatever. Whether it's the trustworthy plumber or the trustworthy banker, depends on the outfit. And so this is where, with the typing words, I like to segregate them into 2 columns. And one column is jobs, and another column is adjectives, essences, qualities. Okay, so you may have name every job you could possibly have, that you're a waiter, you're a bartender, you're a school teacher, you're a ditch digger, whatever, mom, that's a job. Job. And then for characteristics, we've got things like trustworthy or loyal or friendly or gregarious or pragmatic, and okay? And those being on separate ones actually serves me really well because I'm able to say, oh, good, I'm always trustworthy, but am I a trustworthy banker or am I a trustworthy gardener? And that part can be skewed by wardrobe in a way that the trustworthy thing doesn't change. Cool. I'm glad you did that. Tracy, I love you. Thank you for joining me in this. It's good to see you here. I wish I could see your face. We should try to get together. My cousin Tracy. I love you. All right, let me see here. Okay, I'm just scrolling through the comments. Twinkies, I need every actor in the world to watch this. Well, so just so you know, everyone, send people here. This is on screen at this video. On this video, I should have written it up. You know what? I can write it up right now. Hold up, because I got a Sharpie. We're going to go to Bonnie Gillespie. I should have done this ahead of time. That's okay. Now I've got it for later. .com/20. All right. Instagram. Here's what I gave to Instagram. BonnieGillespie.com/20. Go there. You can sign up for email notifications for all 20 days of SMF May, the month of May, to celebrate 20 years of Bonnie Gillespie Advice for Actors. We're going live for 20 days, and technically 21, because I'm going to do a bonus day on the last day of the month. And so today is day 3, and all the broadcasts are archived and on a playlist that is linked at that website. So just go here. This is also my link in bio at YouTube. No? Ooh, I don't think I changed my YouTube bio. It is the link in bio at Twitter and Instagram, and should be at Facebook. But anyway, BonnieGillespie.com/20. Go there and you will be able to see the replay playlist. You will be able to apply for the scholarship for our 100-day program. Our live round is coming up soon, as well as sign up for email notifications so that you can be made aware of when we go live and when the replays are available. Thank you. I love that trustworthy can actually come through on a silent vid survey, says Kimberly. It is. It's really cool. It's really cool. Melissa, thank you for telling all your friends about self-management for actors. It's okay if they don't listen. I sometimes have people say, I had to hear about you and your book for years before I finally said, God, what? And read it. And oh my God, where have you been my whole life? So I think that's the way it's got to work for some people. It just needs to land in their life when they're ready. And if they're not ready, they're just going to buy the book and put it on their shelf to, get you to shut up about it, and they're not going to read it. So, I mean, we all have to be ready for it. Freddie, great. I'm so glad you enjoyed investing in class with me. I loved getting to work with you last week. It was so much fun. Yeah, Twinkie, you're saying they get angry. It's because making them do the work. So, you know what, Twinkie, that's a thing where I realized when actors want help, so much of the time, what they want is to be told, okay, I got the job for you. And here's the set, just come be on it. And they don't realize the help that is being taught how to not get scammed, how to know when the time is right to join the union, how to know when the time is right to move to a major market, how to know what a good agent is or a bad agent is, and how to avoid the wrong people, and building relationships that last a lifetime. And so I used to get really frustrated with people who want to just be, plucked and put on a set and said, yeah, let's help you, we'll take care of all the details. Don't you worry your pretty little head about it. And I go, anyone who doesn't take seriously what a massive business this is and how much money is going to run through your hands if you're even the tiniest bit successful as an actor, I don't want them to be encouraged. I like that they're discouraged by the idea of work, because the fact that they're discouraged by the idea of work, and when my answer to someone is, did you read my book? Or did you download the free hot sheets? Or did you watch the brand survey video? Did you enroll in the free training series that I made available for you? And if the answer is, just tell me, just give me an audition. Just give me a chance. You're such a, gatekeeper, whatever. That I go, I kind of like the filter that is, because I think the people who succeed at this business need to be the ones who are aware it's work. So I've tried to get less annoyed by that, but it's still, the inbox filled with, please help me be famous. I want to be a star. Like it breaks your heart after a while, like how much a flood of that there is. I don't have to tell you, you get way more of it than I do. But yes, I've started, just for my own mental health, I've started trying to see it as a filter, that it's a really great indicator of, someone who reaches out to me for the very first time and says, hey, I keep hearing your name. I keep hearing about your book. I've read it. I loved it. I joined your Facebook group. I've been getting your emails. I've been listening to your podcast. I have some follow-up questions. Here's what I would love to know about. And then it's a very specific question, like in a brand survey, does it matter what I'm wearing? And then I go, oh, I can see you've actually read some shit and you really are ready to put in the work, and you just have a question of a refinement. I am so willing to bend over backwards to help that person. Yeah. So it's a nice filter. It's a nice filter. Thank you so much for joining me, you guys. I said I was going to try and keep these to 30 minutes, and we are just at 32 minutes here. So thank you for joining in. I will take one last breath and sip of water to see if anybody else has any kind of questions that I can try and get answered here real quick. But so your assignment I'm just taking a look at my calendar to make sure that I've covered everything I wanted to cover. My assignment for you for between now and Monday's broadcast, do a silent video that has a type and brand survey affiliated with it. Kim will put the link in the comments here at Facebook one more time so that you can link directly to the blog post where I walk you through how to do a Castable brand and type survey using a headshot. And the variation is you're just going to do it with a silent video, or better yet, or you're going to go do it out in person in real life among the walking humans and get people to give you feedback so that you have lots and lots and lots of data on what it is that you present in the room. What does your energy, what does your essence emanate? What is it that comes across in you? What is your Eunice? What is that bullseye? Not anything else on the dartboard. That bullseye, that thing that you do better than anything else, and that you do better than anybody else. Okay, what is that thing? That thing that you make look effortless. We're going to get that sorted out, and then we're going to come back around together on Monday for another day of SMF May. So we're going to have day 4 of the 21 days of training here in the month of May, and we are going to take the data that you've gotten to that point and look into your headshots and determine if you already have the headshot that is serving you best for the data that you've gathered, or if you now have a recipe for how to get the best headshots of your damn life. It's so easy. We're just going to piece it together just like that. Y'all, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you joining me here. If you are looking for the info one more time with that URL, bam, BonnieGillespie.com/20. Wait, Instagram, don't want to leave y'all out. I enjoyed getting to play with doing this at Instagram as well. I hope that worked out for y'all. I will look back and see the stats to see if that was worthwhile having that little side camera over there. Love you, beautiful people. Thank you much. Appreciate you. Till next time, stay ninja. Mwah!